Hello, this is Darren Chang. I'm here to review the pacsafe Z15. This is designed to be a camera bag, but as many of you know who are looking at my channel, I've been looking at camera bags as an option for crossover commuter bags, and I actually think this one does a pretty good job of it. So let's take a look and see what the pacsafe has here to offer. First of all, the pacsafe concept is that they have security devices associated with the bag so it won't get pickpocketed or completely taken from you if somebody cuts the shoulder strap and tries to run down the street with your bag. So kind of neat things. I'm not really going to go into too much detail on those pieces. You can look online if you're interested to see about those security pieces. Let's take a look at the front of the bag and go towards the back as we usually do. This front pocket here has pretty good volume here. You can see that it's got about an inch worth of depth to it, and it doesn't cover the entire face of the bag, but a good amount of it. And it does stay off the bottom of the bag as well. This is the organizer panel. Notice too that it does have two zippers, and they open up fairly widely so you can really take a good look and see what's going on in here. There is a front pouch here, zippered, good size thing. There's an RFID safe area for your wallet, so I keep my wallet in there. There's a hook here if you want to hang rings, or so if you want to hang your keys. And there's a couple slots for pens, a couple slots, looks like 3 slots for credit cards. They do include a little, or 4 slots for credit cards, a little cleaning cloth for your lens. I just sort of stuff this into these credit card zones. And then there is an iPhone specific spot back in here. That was the warranty card that just came up with it. So it's a nice bag. It's a nice organizer panel here. It's got a good amount of room, just the right number of different types of pockets. Just behind the organizer panel is another storage area. This is, I'd say, about 2 inches thick and spans the entire face of the entire bag. It does have these protective little sides here so that you can just throw things into the bag without them falling out, and it keeps the bag from opening up entirely and dumping the contents of it all over the floor. You'll see here a very important thing. They have a special place where you can put your folders, your file folders, and you can see it fits in there beautifully, and it gets in there deep enough so that it protects the tab of your file folder. So it's specifically designed for that. In fact, there's a little icon here that says folders here. And then along the front here, it's a little harder to see. Maybe if I tip this towards you. You'll see that there are 2 zippered pouches on the front wall of this pocket area. And I have my sunglasses in one of them, and I have all of my dongles, cords, etc., hard drive in the other one. There's a shocking amount of room in these, and I think that's what's so great. Usually organizer panels, they're competing for volume with other parts of the bag, and in this case it definitely does not do that. Now of course they do stick out quite a bit from the main body of the bag, and so that's why this can happen. But certainly they are incredibly accessible. Alright, so let's take a look at the side here. We have a water bottle pocket. Beauty of this water bottle pocket is it can hold a good volume. It could easily hold a 750 milliliter water bottle. But this is a pocket that is collapsible, and so there are 2 little snap buttons that you can push against to keep this thing nice and flush against your bag if you're not carrying your water bottle. And then let's flip over to this side, and you can see we have a nice little pouch with a hood on it, and in this pouch I'm keeping my keys. There's also a mesh pocket with an elastic top to it, so there are a lot of options here for you in terms of how you want to contain all your small stuff. And if you look at the top, you can see here that we have a nice centrally located handle so that when you pick up this bag, it stays vertical. All right, it's going to hang straight down and not have the bottom of this thing kick into your knees the way that many handles are designed. A lot of times they have handles that are on the back edge of the bag, and so when you pick up the bag tips like this and hits your knees. Bad design. So this is a good design, however, having it center right along the middle heaviest part of the bag. And then you can see we have a really nice shoulder strap with 360-degree swivels here. The shoulder pad, it doesn't have a vinyl bottom, but it certainly feels like it's got enough friction that it will stay on your shoulder. Very heavily padded, good size, and it slides across the length of the shoulder strap. Shoulder strap is completely removable as well. So now let's take a look at the main compartment of this bag. You'll notice what's interesting here is that it does unzip, but that the hinge point is along the front edge of the bag so that this will open up away from you if you're wearing it, which is really handy if you reach in and want to grab your camera. So that's one of the nice features of this bag. On the very top lid here, you'll see that the lid actually sort of stays open. It flips open. The design of the bag keeps it sort of at this 45-degree angle. Along the top lid, you have two mesh pockets. They're flat pockets, but they certainly can fit some power cords here and a single dongle that I have in this area. And then if you look into the interior of the bag, you'll see that it's lined entirely with a fleece, and that's so that you can accommodate your camera and protect all the lenses or whatever you might have in there. I have in here my headphones, the camera's in here. Below this line, below this little area is another lens. I have batteries, etc. And then you'll also notice that there's a pocket, a sleeve that's formed here, and that is where you can put as big as an 11-inch MacBook Air if you want to have it in there. And this is a mini, an iPad mini. You can easily fit a full-size iPad as well. Now, typically, I wouldn't like to have the iPad slot inside the main compartment, but frankly, because of the way that this opens up, in some ways it becomes like an external compartment for the laptop or for the iPad. All I need to do is to unzip the back edge of this lid, and I can reach in very easily and access my iPad. Okay? And then if I want to further go and get into the main compartment, obviously I unzip it even further. So this acts very much like having its own external pocket, but it eliminates having the extra zipper associated with that pocket. Now, the one thing you will probably notice right away is that this bag kind of looks a little bit more like a camera bag in terms of its shape. It's almost as wide as it is tall. Not quite, but it is sort of an issue for me in that it definitely has a very camera bag look to it as opposed to a more briefcase look to it, which would be a little bit taller maybe and perhaps a little narrower. So this is something that you certainly have to deal with. However, there are so many great features of this bag that I might actually accept the fact that it doesn't look exactly the way I'd want it to look, but it certainly performs the way I'd want it to perform. Okay, be sure to read the written review where I go into more details about this bag, and take a look at my other reviews as well on daypackfinder.blogspot.com. And I hope this helped.